Miss Kitchener, I have got an important mission for you. You need to go to the waterfall over there and take a sample of the moon jellies that are in that lake. So you need me to walk over to the waterfall with a jar and capture a moon jelly? Yes, exactly. Alright, I won't disappoint you, Professor. There they are! I need to take this to my professor quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed that silly little intro that I filmed. I thought it would be a fun idea to film an intro like that. It's a bit different, but I was just in the mood to be creative and film something else, I guess. But the point of this video is to talk about moon jellies and just share my interest with you guys, because I actually really like jellyfish. They're a really big interest of mine, and yeah, I just wanted to film this video so that I can just talk about it and be happy while I talk about my silly little nerdy interest. And there will definitely be more videos like this coming in the future about all different kinds of sea animals, because like I said, it's a silly interest that I have and I like to talk about it. But anyway, whilst I am talking about moon jellyfish, you guys will be seeing me doing races. I will however be doing a voiceover because I cannot for the life of me do races while reading something. So yeah, if it looks weird, it's because I'm doing a voiceover and I'm not reading it whilst doing the races. And also another thing that I would like to point out is that I am grinding the Trailblazer track, because as you can see, I am at 31 and I need to be at 35 in 4 days. And yeah, so I need to grind this out, which is why I'm doing all of the races. Yeah, I needed to grind that out, and I'm very happy that SSO added the bonus points because I started the Trailblazer track way too late. So yeah, this is now the informational part of the video, and before I start talking about moon jellyfish, I thought it would be a good idea to just do some general information on jellyfish themselves. So jellyfish are free swimming aquatic animals, although some jellyfish are anchored to the floor of the ocean. So that basically means that they are stuck to the ocean and can never swim freely. Jellyfish have limited control over their movement, but can navigate the world around them because of their nervous system and ability to sense gravity. Their nervous system has receptors that detect light, vibrations, and chemicals in the water. Jellyfish rely so heavily on their nervous system due to the fact that they have no brain. Jellyfish also do not have any lungs, a heart, or blood, and consist 98% out of water. They do have a complex life cycle and go through 2 different stages in which they can reproduce. Polyps can reproduce asexually, which means that they can reproduce by duplicating their cells. And medusae need to spawn eggs and sperm, so you need both a male and a female jellyfish to reproduce. Polyps are stuck to the seafloor and can remain like that until they develop into medusae. The adult jellyfish that stings is in a medusa life stage. And the basic life cycle of a jellyfish is egg, planula larva, polyp, and medusa. Jellyfish usually live about 1 year to 1.5 years in the wild, and if they are held captive, then they usually live about 6 months to a year. So if they are held captive in a zoo, or if somebody has a jellyfish as a pet, they live 6 months to a year. Jellyfish can be categorized into 4 different classes. The first class is the Scyphozoa. Scyphozoa are usually called the true jellyfish, although every class named in this video is of course a true jellyfish. Most have a bowl-shaped bell with tentacles around the outer margin, so they have tentacles that line the outside of the bell, and a mouth along the underside of the bell with oral arms along the mouth that look like thicker tentacles. So their mouth is at the underside of the bowl-shaped part basically, and along that there are thicker tentacles. So if you ever see a jellyfish, you might see that they have thinner tentacles and some have thicker tentacles, and those thicker tentacles are actually just oral arms that are around their mouth. The second class is the cubozoa, also known as box jellyfish, and these jellyfish have a box-shaped bell, hence the name box jellyfish, and they have a velarium on the underside of their bell, which assists them with swimming more quickly. And the third class is the hydrozoa, and these jellyfish have tetraradial symmetry, meaning that their body can be divided into 4 equal parts that look the same. So if you cut a jellyfish of the hydrozoa class in half and then another time in half, then you will have 4 equal parts. Jellyfish species with the hydrozoa have diversity within their life cycle, so some of the hydrozoa may stay in the polyp stage forever, while some may stay in the medusa stage but have never reached the polyp stage. Hydrozoa do not have oral arms along their mouth, but they instead have a tube-like structure hanging from the underside of their bell that includes the mouth, and that structure is called the manubrium. And the fourth and last class of jellyfish is the staurozoa. These jellyfish are usually upside down and they have a stalk that attaches their bell to the seafloor. And some of the staurozoa have a polyp form that alternates with the medusa form. I will now be talking about moon jellyfish instead of jellyfish in general. So moon jellyfish, also known as moon jellies, are the jellyfish most people imagine in their head when they hear the word jellyfish. Basically what I mean by that is that moon jellyfish are the stereotypical jellyfish. And they get their name from the fact that their bell looks like a moon. So jellyfish are purple. Moon jellyfish are purple, but they look grey underwater, so that's why they look a little bit like the moon, because they are also quite translucent. And unlike most jellyfish, moon jellyfish have short tentacles instead of long ones, but they do have about 100 short tentacles lining the underside edge of their bell. And the bell of moon jellyfish can be 25 to 40 centimeters in diameter. And at the top of the bell there are gonads, and gonads are the organs in which animals produce their sex cells, also known as gametes. So that's the eggs for a woman jellyfish and sperm for a male jellyfish. Moon jellies eat plankton, so this includes organisms like mollusks, crustaceans, tunicate larvae, fish eggs, etc. Basically, they eat lots of small sea life. And moon jellyfish use tentacles to catch the prey. And from the outer tentacles, the food moves in a conveyor-like style to the oral arms and eventually to their mouth. So basically, the food glides up their tentacles and up the oral arms to their mouth. And underneath the gonads, moon jellyfish have stomach pouches, which is where the food gets digested. The tentacles of moon jellyfish have something called nemesis, and nemesis are the part of the tentacle that makes it so that their tentacles can sting, because nemesis contain venom. So yeah. And how do moon jellyfish survive in the water if they do not have any lungs or gills? Well, the answer to that question is quite simple. Moon jellyfish diffuse oxygen out of the water by a thin membrane that covers their body, and their body has quite a large surface area, which makes it so that the moon jellyfish can diffuse more oxygen and more nutrients. The mouth of a jellyfish has the job of both consuming food and outputting food. So us as humans, we consume the food and output it via a different hole, but jellyfish do both of that through the same hole. Moon jellyfish can survive in waters ranging from 6 to 31 degrees Celsius, but prefer to be in temperatures of 9 to 19 degrees Celsius. And hypoxia is a state of the ocean, and during hypoxia the ocean has very little dissolved oxygen, which basically means that there is very little oxygen in the ocean. And hypoxia usually causes aquatic animals to move out of the depleted oxygen zone. But that is not the case for moon jellyfish and many other jellyfish species. So you can tell whether a jellyfish can survive in a certain area or not by the contraction of their bell, because the contraction of the bell indicates the feeding rate. So if the bell is very contracted, that basically means that they don't feed themselves a lot. But if the bell is like normal, then they are feeding themselves. And during hypoxia, the contraction of the bell stays consistent, and that means that hypoxia does not affect the feeding rate of moon jellyfish. And due to the fact that low dissolved oxygen does not affect moon jellies, they are actually safer in areas where there is low dissolved oxygen, seeing as many predators cannot survive in those conditions. Moon jellyfish also like to stay in areas that are affected by human activity, like a warming ocean and pollution, because they make it so that their predators aren't located nearby. But the moon jellyfish can survive just fine. But what are predators of the moon jellyfish? Well, moon jellyfish get eaten by a wide variety of predators. This includes the sunfish, all 7 species of sea turtles, tuna, some sharks, and even large jellyfish eat moon jellies. So some jellyfish eat other jellyfish, so that's basically cannibalism, but that's not what this video is about, although I will probably talk about that in a later video. And moon jellyfish, however, do not eat other jellyfish and just stick to eating plankton. Moon jellyfish are often found washed up on shores. That is because they don't have enough power to swim against the current, and moon jellyfish are found in the North and Black Sea, the North Atlantic and the Northwest Pacific Ocean. And moon jellyfish can also be found in Greenland, northeastern USA and Canada. So you might have heard me say the term moon jellies and moon jellyfish, both of those terms basically. That is because moon jellyfish can be called moon jellyfish and moon jellies, but the reason that the name moon jellies started is because jellyfish weren't basically a typical fish. So now I will be moving on to some fun facts about moon jellyfish. So there is actually a reason that moon jellyfish are the most popular jellyfish. That is because they can survive in both warm and cooler water, which makes it so that they can live in more types of water, unlike most jellyfish. And baby moon jellyfish, also called polypops, hide under the dock so that they can't get attacked. The third fun fact that I have is that moon jellyfish can shrink to 1/10 of their size to reduce on food. And in May 1991, 2,500 moon jelly polyps went into orbit on a space shuttle, which basically means that they went to space, but they sadly did not go to the moon. The fifth fun fact is that moon jellyfish travel in groups, and the group of jellyfish is called a smack. The sixth fun fact is moon jellyfish have the ability to change their color of its inner membrane. And this makes it so that sometimes the moon jellyfish can't be seen, while other times it can be seen very clearly. And the seventh fun fact is that moon jellies can glow in the dark, which protect them against predators. Another fun fact that you might also see is that in zoos where moon jellyfish are held captive, they can actually change the color. That is usually due to the color of the light that shines on them. So if there is a red light shining on them, then they are red. If there is a blue light, then they are blue. That's just because they are translucent, so you can see the color of the light through them basically. And that was basically all I have to say about moon jellyfish, so I hope you enjoyed.